Photo by Richard Rodriguez. Getty Images. After signing DeMarcus Lawrence to a long-term deal, the Dallas Cowboys focus the entirety of their attention on the NFL draft. Going into this draft without a first-round pick, should the Cowboys be looking to move up for higher picks? Simply put, no. There are tons of reasons that can be analyzed in making the case, but there are three in particular that stand out above others. The CostWhen. In the world of bartering, it often involves the exchange of equal goods. That isn't quite the case in the sports world, as the art of trade has a different dynamic. Particularly in the NFL draft, where there are multiple rounds, trading can mean paying quite hefty prices. Dallas cannot afford to make any trades. The most apparent reason that they would look to move up is the exact phenomena in play here. The Amari Cooper trade, which was worth the price, saw the Cowboys ship off this year's first-round pick. If they were to trade up, it would undoubtedly cost them one of their later picks in this draft or a future pick. If you went the player route, the Cowboys don't really have any trade pieces that entice you. Their best players on offense are Cooper, Ezekiel Elliott, and Dak Prescott, but it is almost certain that neither of the three will be moved. Some would argue that the best Cowboys defender just signed a contract for $100 million, Tank Lawrence. Some would even argue that their best defender doesn't get the name recognition because teams tried to phase him out of the game plan by not throwing his way last season in cornerback Byron Jones. Considering last year and what most saw while watching the games, the best players on defense are arguably the two young linebackers, Leighton Vander Esch and Jalen Smith. That's just it though. They have cornerstone defenders on each of three levels, but that also inevitably means that none of them are likely to be traded. How could they afford to trade anybody though? Next, should the Cowboys move up in the draft? Page 2. Use your arrows to browse. Photo by Tim Warner. Getty Images. The Dallas Cowboys can't afford to trade any of their players. Outside of what it would cost in draft and player capital to move up in the draft, moving what could amount to multiple players for what will only be a single player would be counterproductive. The Cowboys are actually in a place where they need more capable bodies, not where they can afford to use them as amenities. Needing playmakers all over the field on the offense, the draft is always the perfect place to uncover a gem. This is especially true offensively, as the league has not only become more wide open and pass-happy, but has started to look more like the college game in most aspects. Want your voice heard? Join the Landry Hat team. Write for us. This allows younger guys to make more immediate impacts due to familiarity with schemes and the simplicity of systems. Although the Cowboys signed George Iloka, they still need to add a safety to the back end of the defense. Needing help all along the defensive front, from edge rushers to interior linemen, they cannot afford to miss on a chance to deepen this roster. That is especially important in this draft, not only with defensive linemen being a huge need for this team, but also being a huge commodity in this draft. Next, should the Cowboys move up in the draft? Page 3. Use your arrows to browse.